Hello everybody, it's Dr. Matilda here of Mr. Revision. The purpose of today's video is to share 5 things I learned as a GP trainee during the peak of the pandemic. The first thing is reassurance. We are still practicing in very scary times and there's a lot of uncertainty. And one thing I've noticed is that when patients call, it's really important to just be kind and be reassuring and let patients know that they can call you back. The second thing I've learnt is the importance of listening. As many of you will know, in general practice, we essentially moved to telephone triage. Now, telephone triage is very different from having a patient in front of you. You miss out on a lot of the cues. And for me, I always knew that listening was important, it's obvious. However, I realised the importance of really listening and giving patients that golden 1 minute. The other thing that's really important is that many a times patients have planned what they're going to say. They've rehearsed how they want to come across to the doctor, and that's not a bad thing. And our job is to give them the initial opportunity to do that. Some people find talking to people over the phone quite nerve-wracking, and it's true. So the key thing is to listen, let patients have their initial minute, let them tell you what they're concerned about, let them tell you what they'd like to talk about. The third point is the importance of staying patient. After 3.5 hours of phone calls back to back, you can find yourself feeling a little bit exasperated. At this point, I think it's really important to take stock of how the day's going. Have a very brief 1 minute reflection on what's going well, what's not going so well. And if you've had difficult consultations, maybe note them down and you can go back and read them and reflect on them later. Number 4. Remind patients that we are still here and very much ready to help them. One of the things that I've noticed probably earlier on, midway through the pandemic and now, is that many patients had saved up a lot of their issues, and when I asked them why it had taken so long to call, many of them responded that, I didn't know I could call, I thought the practice was closed, I thought we're not supposed to call for anything. And it's really heartbreaking to hear patients say that, because we were always there to help them and we're still here to help. Many times, one of the other things that you'll also find is that the concerns are serious. They're things that need to be dealt with. You might find that you have to send patients to hospital. They might need an onward referral. So the key message that we have to be reminding patients is, whilst people are nervous and feeling unsettled about going to hospital, if you need to go, you need to go. So the 5th point is, if you can't deal with everything, then offer follow-up. This is something that we knew about before the pandemic. It's not a new thing, but the reason why I put it down as a learning point is during the pandemic, I noticed that patients have had so many barriers to accessing care. And it could be something as simple as calling the surgery, having a long wait. So usually where we'd be reliant upon them to book a follow-up at the appropriate time that we'd specified, I found that during the pandemic, I've been more proactive in trying to book the follow-up that I wanted there and then. And I found that patients have been really grateful for this. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Find us on our Twitter page at Mr. Revision. Also, don't forget to click on the links in the video below in regards to the corresponding article, which can be found at www.mr.revision.com. Wishing you all a lovely week, lovely day. Best wishes from the Mr. Revision team.